Trevor Williams going all the way for the touchdown. Hey guys, what's up? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 20 video, and in today's episode we're obviously going to be rebuilding the Philadelphia Eagles, who did have a one-and-done season, winning one Super Bowl, then just be like, nah, we're not even going to make the playoffs next year. Well, did they make? Yeah, they actually did make the playoffs, so never mind. They that's my fault for not knowing they didn't make the playoffs. I feel stupid now. But yeah, they haven't really done much else other than that. But they are in a cap situation, so this is gonna be a pretty hard rebuild. So let's get into it. So to start off, we have Carson Wentz, our commander and chief here, and right now he is like super injury prone in the NFL, but gladly injuries are turned off, as we have Alshon Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson here at receivers, Zach Ertz as tight end, and this right side of the offensive line is absolutely amazing. Left side needs a little bit of work, but there's nothing a little bit of trades can do to fix that. But defensively, amazing defensive line, including Fletcher Cox. And I'm going to move Fletcher Cox probably to defensive end and Derek Barnett up to outside linebacker, because we have three superstar development players are up on the defensive tackle position, so I don't need them all there. So other than that, on the defensive line, yeah, so right here, Malik Jackson, he is 29 years old, but I am going to move him to the outside instead of Fletcher Cox right now. Maybe Fletcher Cox will go out to the outside later, though. We have other players here like Micah Hyde and Darius Slay, who is on the thumbnail, and Trevor Williams, I believe it is, super underrated, and Ricky Coleman here. And if you don't know who that is, I'll show you a clip of who that is right now. Yeah, the guy that didn't get called for pass absolutely nailed that guy. Yeah, that's Ricky Coleman. If I didn't pronounce that right, I'm sorry, but he was on the Rams, now signed by the Eagles. Anyways, we are here on special teams. Jake Elliott is a young and good kicker. And specialist, I'm going to move Miles Sanders up, even though I'm probably going to get a different running back. And other than that, there's no one else here that I really need to go over. So, yeah, let's get into the trades. And for the first trade, we have Brandon Graham, Deshaun Jackson, a third-round pick for Calvin Ridley, a first and a seventh from the Falcons. Both of those guys are old, and Calvin Ridley is a young receiver that we do need. And next, we have Ricky Coleman. I'm not going to have him on my team, with Jackson, the right end, for a first, and a second from the Chiefs. A lot of value for very little. And Marquise Goodwin, one of the fastest men in the NFL right now, free safety for Montez Sweat, straight up. That was probably a little bit overvalued, but we have free safety Parks here, a second string, a halfback Clement, who is also, I think, a third string halfback, and a fifth round pick for the center from Jacksonville. We have Jalen Mills on our left guard for a first from the Panthers, and I'm going to be trading this first round pick back to the Panthers by getting Christian McCaffrey, a first, and a rotational cornerback. I think that was our fourth string or third string for 99 overall, Christian McCaffrey. Now this is the lineup. Carson Wentz, obviously, and then Christian McCaffrey, a huge part of our team. Alshon Jeffrey, he's a little bit expensive in cap, but I'll keep him for now. Hopefully his cap doesn't go up. Jalen Hurts also here, which I didn't. I'm not going to put him in the thumbnail because Jalen Hurts, they're going to use him like Taysom Hill, like the Saints do. And other than that, we're going to move Fletcher Cox to the outside on right end. And everything else looks pretty good to me, other than development maybe. Yeah, there's just a lot of normal development, a lot of rookies here. Though, other than that, it is time to get into the midseason mark. Now into the midseason mark, we are coming off a win to the Bills. We are 3-5, about to play the 2-5 Bears. We are at the bottom of the division as the Cowboys are currently winning it with a 92 overall offense and 85 or 86 overall team. And there's no one here that I really want to re-sign. There's a few rookies that I need to adjust their contracts because of the roster that I downloaded. Though, other than that, it is time to get into the playoffs. As we didn't make the playoffs in our first year, coming off a loss to the Giants 45-14. Also, we finished 7-9, which is terrible. I'd rather have a really bad record and not make the playoffs, so that way we could get a better pick, as our offense is 10th in the NFL and our defense was the very worst in the NFL. Though Christian McCaffrey had a great season, and Carson Wentz turned over the ball a little bit too much, and Christian McCaffrey 11 touchdowns, over 1,000 yards. Alshon Jeffrey was okay. Devon Taylor, the rookie with the most tackles for loss, goes to 14 for Fletcher Cox. Sacks, 5.5 for Fletcher Cox. Interceptions, Marcus Eaps with 3. Safeties, 0. Defensive touchdowns, 1 for Marcus Eaps. Though, other than that, it is time to get into the offseason. Now into the offseason. We have some players to resign, as the Baltimore Ravens lost the Super Bowl to the Cowboys 28-25, I believe that says, in Super Bowl 54. I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, so that's pretty sad, but it's just a simulation, so nothing too big. Though there's no one here that I really want to sign, so I am not going to sign anybody. And just looking over the team before free agency to see if we have any development upgrades. None that I can see. Though in the draft we do need to pick up a left tackle. Alshon Jeffrey has gone from an 85 to an 83. Everyone else here looks okay. No real development upgrades and nothing on special teams. Though it is time to get into free agency. In free agency we have negative $26 million in cap room, which I don't understand because I just traded a bunch of people, so maybe we're taking on a bunch of dead cap. I don't know, but other than that, it is time to get into the draft. Into the draft, our first pick number 10, ranked number 6 in the class, defensive tackle Dakota Gentry, or Gentry, I don't know, either one. And our 19th pick, ranked number 7 in the class, left tackle Mike Bennett. 76 overall, hidden development, will completely fill our offensive line. Perfect for our team. Now this is the roster, as we did pick up a receiver as well, as you can see on the left side. I'm going to make him the starter so that way he can develop faster. He may be a slot receiver. And we did pick up an edge, left end. I'm maybe considering trading Fletcher Cox because he does take up a lot of cap. Though other than that, it is time to get into the midseason. Now into the 2020 midseason mark, as we come off a loss to the Redskins. We have players to resign, and we are 4-4, top of the division right now. The Redskins are at the bottom of the division, but somehow they beat us. And we have Christian McCaffrey here to resign, 99 overall, X Factor, 24 years old, and is currently the highest paid running back in the NFL. So obviously we're going to want to re-sign him. 7 years seems good to me, and he does not accept it. He wants more salary. Derek Barnett is here. I may deal with that at the end of the year. There's a bunch of rookies here who have messed up contracts, and I need to adjust. But other than that, I want to see who's taking up our cap room, because I can't re-sign a lot of these players. So I'm going to look into savings. And Alshon Jeffrey's the most paid player on the team. Same with Fletcher Cox, Zach Ertz, Darius Slay, Javon Hargrave. Javon Hargrave should not be paid that much. I'm going to put him on the trade block. I'm considering trading Fletcher Cox. Definitely going to trade Alshon Jeffrey. Though, other than that, I'm going to get into some trades. Now, we're trading, obviously, Alshon Jeffrey, Hargrave, and Fletcher Cox. Everyone's going to rage at me for that. He takes up $24 million per year on our line. I know he's an X Factor. I know he's 95 overall, but only 5.5 sacks last year, and we're paying him that much. So I'm going to take a first, and a second from the Bills. And now, getting into the contracts, once again, I did simulate into the next week, so that way we can give Christian McCaffrey his rightful contract, as he is the highest paid player, highest paid running back in the league. As Derek Barnett is here, and I don't know how I feel about him yet. So, anyone else here I don't really want. The cornerback especially I don't want. Derek Barnett, though, we do actually need, because he's a right outside linebacker, though I don't feel comfortable getting him that contract. So I got to lower the salary, and he doesn't accept it. So it is what it is. I can't really do much about it. And other than that, it's time to get into the playoffs. Here in the playoffs, as we come off a loss to the Giants, as the Giants take the wild card in front of us, because if we beat the Giants, we would have taken that wild card. But Carson Wentz had a great season. Offensively, we finished 7th. Defensively, we finished 22nd. Christian McCaffrey had a pretty bad season, and Carson Wentz, again, good season. Christian McCaffrey, lackluster in touchdowns. Lee Allen had a great season with 6 touchdowns. And defensively, Devon Taylor with the most touchdowns. Tackles for a loss goes to Derek Barnett. Sacks goes to Devon Taylor. Interceptions, it goes to Darius Slay. And safeties, 0 defensive touchdowns, 1 for Devon Taylor and 1 for our cornerback. Though, other than that, it is time to get into the offseason. And now in the offseason here to re-sign Derek Barnett as the Patriots win the Super Bowl against the Buccaneers. Or the Buccaneers won it. Who won it? The Patriots did. So that's pretty ironic how Tom Brady lost to his old team. And Derek Barnett, yes, he is here. And we are going to boost his salary the way he wanted it to be. 80 overall, star development, right outside linebacker. He is back. I do not want that cornerback. And other than that, everyone else, again, don't really want. So, yeah, let's get into the team. Let's see what they look like before free agency, as Lee Allen has Superstar X Factor. And I think he got that from getting his 16 touchdowns, 1,000-yard receiving year. And our left tackle has Superstar X Factor. Does he get abilities? Polar Elite has a Superstar ability. Why does my left tackle have Superstar X Factor? Why can't my quarterback Carson Wentz get that? Okay, I guess. I've never seen that. Okay, that's different. I guess that's a really low chance of happening. Though, other than that, Darius Slay now has Superstar X Factor with the shutdown ability. And Devon Taylor is now a superstar player. And other than that, it's time to get into free agency. And here we are in free agency. Well, after free agency, as we did pick up Devin McCourty as a rental free safety. And our D-line needs improving in the draft. Jake Elliott is here. I don't know why I thought Jason Sanders, though. Other than that, it is time to get into the draft. After the draft, this is what the team looks like. Nothing really much on offense, as I'm going to move Lee Allen up. And defensively, nothing really much other than a rotational linebacker. And there wasn't really a stacked class for defensive tackles, though I did draft one. He just wasn't a high overall. And other than that, I guess it's time to get into the mid. Here at the midseason mark, we are 4-3, coming off a win to the Broncos, as we are about to play the 3-4 Buccaneers. And we are 3rd in the division, as the Giants lead the division. And everyone else here, we have a lot of players that we do need to re-sign. I don't know if we're going to be able to re-sign all of these guys. There's a lot of big names here, starting with Jason Kelsey, who we definitely want back. He only wants 1 year. We're going to give him 2, maybe even 3. Let's see if he accepts that. He wants more salary, as Zach Ertz is our next target, 90 overall, superstar tight end, 30 years old, wants a 5-year contract, but he wants more money. I would just take the 5-year contract because we're only going to do another season after this. Dallas Gabbert, I don't know if I want him for tight end, though Trevor Williams is here. I do re-sign him. Avonte Maddox, sure, why not? You're starting strong safety. He wants more money. Jannard Avery is pretty cheap for a defensive tackle, so I'll take that. And anyone else? Josh Sweat, you want way too much money for your position and your talent. And other than that, it is time to get into the playoffs. As we did make the playoffs, as we are 11-5, coming from 4-3, and 2nd in the division, as the Giants win it at 13-3. As Carson Wentz had an amazing year. Offensively, we were 1st. Defensively, we were 25th. And Wentz, yeah, he had an amazing year. Christian McCaffrey, 19 touchdowns, almost 1,500 yards. Lee Allen, over 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Devon Taylor, most tackles on the team. And I don't know, what am I doing here? Where is the tackles? Oh, I have to scroll up to defense. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm on punt return. Okay. That's my bad, guys. Tackles for a loss, 10 for Devon Taylor. Sacks, I didn't get to see that. This is a really bad recording. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just spamming through this real quick, though we did get a defensive touchdown, and that's what matters. And these stats you guys don't care about or defensively, so I may hop in here, but actually it's a wild card game, so I'm not going to. We're going to simulate the Falcons game. I would assume we could beat an 8-7-1 team when we're 11-5, and we don't. Okay, losing 31-20 to the Falcons. Though, anyways, we are here in the offseason as the Colts beat the Giants in the Super Bowl. Dallas Gabbert, Go Dirt. What is that last name? Goder. Okay. He resigns as a rotational tight end, as I did want him because we had the money for it, and I don't think we're going to have much money in free agency. Though before we get in free agency, this is what the team looks like, as Carson Wentz does have Superstar X Factor now. 5-star captain, fearless, lofting deadeye, anchored extended, and clutch. So Calvin Ridley also has Superstar now with post flag elite. And anyone else here that has development upgrades? None that I see of. And yeah, that's going to be about it. So it's time to get into free agency. Now in free agency, we only have $840,000 to spend. So we're obviously not going to be picking anyone else up from that. So other than that, it is time to get into the draft. Here now in the draft, I am giving away all my picks for the final year, going all in, giving a 1, a 2, and a 5 for Vita Vea from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now we're giving away a 1, a 2, and a 4 for Micah Hyde from the Bills. Again, I'm going all in. I know Micah Hyde is old and he's going to regress, but it's okay. Next, this is what the team looks like after the draft. Nothing has changed on offense, as you can see. Defensively, Vita Vea, superstar development, and Micah Hyde, superstar development. Players that we did need and we couldn't pick up in the draft for that high of an overall. Though, other than that, it is time to get into the midseason mark. Here in the midseason mark, we are 5-2, about to face off against the Panthers, coming off a loss to the Dallas Cowboys, as we are second in the division, as the Dallas Cowboys lead the division. 95 overall offensive team. And all these contracts here, I don't need to resign any of these guys, so I'm not going to do that. And other than that, it is time to get into the playoffs. Here in the playoffs, we are faced against the 8-8 Falcons, as we are 11-5. Last year, we lost them, as they were 8-7-1. We were 11-5. So I'm going to hop in this time to make sure we do beat them, and simulation does not screw me over. And yeah, so anyways, I will see you guys in the third quarter. Now, in the third quarter, well, actually, in the fourth quarter, it is 27-21. We are losing 28. Now we are up 28-27 as they are driving downfield. It is 28-30. And will we get this field goal? Yes, we do. 31-30 as they are driving down the field. I'm going to hop in here so that way I can make sure that they do not win this game. It is 3rd and 4. I'm just going to do a heavy blitz to push them out of field goal range. Hopefully this works. I'm going to send 7 men. And it does work. Matt Ryan, superstar X Factor, goes down. As it is 4th and 10, we push them out of field goal range, and that will be the game. That one sack ended it all, 31-30, as we come out on top. Next, we are facing the Chicago Bears, who are 10-5-1, as we are 11-5, but we are still playing away. And defensively, Devon Taylor had 1 sack, 10 tackles, and got Defensive Player of the Week. I'm going to jump in this one as well, as we play away against the Bears. Now in the second quarter, going into the third quarter, we are up 23-7 against the Chicago Bears, as we are driving downfield, as it is 33-7 now, and still 33-7. Bears are about to score. They do 33-14. I don't know why we're not riding out the clock. It is 40-14 as we continue to beat down on the Bears, and that will be your ball game. 40-14 as we move on to the conference championship. In the conference championship, we are facing our division rival and the division leader, the Cowboys, as Wentz wins offensive player of the week for our conference. And we are here to play the Cowboys, so let's jump into it, and I will see you guys in the third quarter. Now into the third quarter, it is 17-7 as we just put up another touchdown and another one, 31-7, as we are beating down on the Cowboys. And we continue to blow them out, 31-15, 38-15. And that will be your ball game, 38-15, as we destroy our competition as we go on. Our wild card game was our hardest game yet. And in the Super Bowl, we're here to play the 14-2 Colts, who have an amazing record. And that's going to be a hard game. Though I want to see if there's any development upgrades as we are in the Super Bowl week. None that I can see here. So other than that, yep, no one really got a development upgrade during the Super Bowl, which is this week. So other than that, it is time to get into the Super Bowl against the Colts. And I will show you the entire recording of this, so that way you guys can enjoy it. And starting off in the first quarter, it is 3-0. Now it is 7-3, as it is 14-3 now, as the Colts continue to pour it on us. Now it is 14-10 Philadelphia. We are driving down the field 14-17. We are up now, coming back from 14-3 lead. 17-17, all tie ball game in the third quarter. 24-17, 24-24 in the fourth quarter. Third down alert, big field goal kick. I don't know why I accidentally hit jump in here, but I guess I'm kicking the field goal, so why not? And boom. Yeah, that's actually really useful, the little blitz things on the side, so then I can try and do a fake next time. So I guess I'll try that. Other than that, it is 27-24, 5 minutes left. I'm going to hop in here, and I'm going to hop into more of the end of the game, so that way you guys don't have to see me constantly run the same plays. And as you guys can see, we are in overtime, 27-27, Colts ball. I got to keep them out of field goal range because I have already had the ball and they have already had the ball. So I'm going to keep running this blitz here and pinch the line because I do think it's going to be a run play here to Joe Mixon. Nope. And there is Trevor Williams going all the way for the touchdown. That's pretty insane. Pick six to end out the Super Bowl in overtime. Trevor Williams, who would have thought? He was a third string at the beginning of the year. I think he's now a second string as he gets a pick six against, I think that's T.Y. Hilton. I don't even know who that is. But that was a terrible RPO that the Colts decided to run. And that is a perfect. And we are going to win the Super Bowl 27-33. And yeah, I want to see who the MVP is. And if a defensive player gets a touchdown, then it's normally going to be that defensive player. So it's probably going to be Williams. So, yeah, let's get to that. As I stand corrected, Trevor Williams is the Super Bowl champion. 6 tackles, 0 sacks, 1 TD, and 1 interception to end out the game. Though, anyways, guys, that is going to end the video here. And I hope you guys all enjoyed, considering we did win the Super Bowl in overtime on a insanely amazing note. I thought we were going to lose there because they were going to push into field goal range on that third down. But pick six, I was not expecting that. And I hope you guys, again, did enjoy. It was a lot better than my Dolphins today, and I'm recording this Eagles rebuild now. Though, other than that, tell me, guys, what you want to see next down below, and I will do it. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video.